Hi everyone. So we are here with another session on React.js, and this time it is going to be project based, and we are collaborating with Infinix Coding Club, and we have Karthik here. Hey Karthik. Karthik, would you like to say a couple of words about Infinix Coding Club and what exactly is happening? And yeah, go ahead, unmute yourself and talk about this.
Yeah, so hello and good evening, everyone. So I'm Karthik Padave. I'm head of Infinix Coding Club in MIS Navi Mumbai. So like I said, right now we are based in MIS Navi Mumbai. So basically what we do is we keep workshops and hackathons and different various events so that the students at our university can learn coding, like even the basics from it, so that they know from where they want to grow to where. So today, actually, we are having a workshop on React.js along with a live project. So Praveen Kumar, who is a React.js specialist, a tech enthusiast, author of tech books, speakers, and a whole lot more. If I start doing this, then I don't think it will ever end. So without further ado, let's continue our today's live stream on React.js. Over to you, Praveen.
Thank you so much, Karthik. And the first thing which I would like to say is thanks a lot for such a great introduction. And my name is Praveen. For those people who do not know, I'm originally from Chennai, currently in Chennai, but I'm usually in London from England. And I'm a full stack JavaScript specialist specializing on React.js and Node.js. Right now, if you see, React.js is getting super huge popularity, and a lot of companies are picking up React people. By the way, is our voice and video clear? Can someone please comment? And whoever has joined the stream, please make some noise here so that we can see that, hey, there is someone here. And today we will be taking a complete turn on how we can create something very simple in React.js, something really cool in React.js. And not only that, we'll be using a lot of different tools and components. And apart from that, we should come up with some kind of an idea. So we'll go with a project-based learning, so that would give us a lot of, it would be very easy to go through. And then based on that, we can ask any questions and make sure you're having the chat interactive, so that any kind of questions I'll be happy to answer. By the way, Karthik, do you have any idea what kind of a project should we do today?
So I'm not a React.js specialist, and definitely not, I don't have a lot of knowledge, but I do know that it is used to make a very clean UI. So pretty much I'm sure that whatever we make, the UI will be good and smooth as well. So I'm just waiting to see what project we'll be making today. And if I'm not wrong, we'll be making a BMI calculator, right?
Like that's actually a good idea. Okay, that was a good idea. So when you said that React makes things beautiful, it's not React that makes things beautiful, it's the CSS part. So React is just going to do only one thing. It is going to split your HTML into multiple parts. That's it, nothing else. And there are like loads and loads of features like state management and other things that are the main things about React. And when you said about the user experience comes down to how quick the application responds to you. So in that case, React is a topper. So React uses this technique called virtual DOM, and this virtual DOM is extremely fast, and without the delays, users can see the things changing, etc. That's exactly one of the most important things about React.js. So that's about it. Daksh already said about a note-taking app. Okay, seems like the stream is stopped, it seems. Anyone feeling that stream stopped? Just refresh this page, hit the like button, only then the stream goes good. All right. Okay. So we will be doing a BMI calculator app maybe, or should we go with the note-taking app? You tell me. So BMI calculator will be better because we have got just 1 hour time left. And in this 1 hour time, we will be able to make things like get the things done. And let's have a quick look at the chat as well. Any questions or anything? Right. Good. So it seems like the stream is fine. So let's go ahead, and for those people who are getting any stuck in middle. Just refresh the screen. So I don't have a much good network support in India right now. So that's the main reason why it might be crazy. So sorry about that. Apologies. So let's directly jump into the React application. Before that, what we will be doing is like, let me give a quick idea about how my development environment looks like. So let me share my screen and then please tell me if you are all able to see the screen. Oh, where is this person went on? Okay, Karthik is also here. So great. So I believe everyone is able to see the screen, right? Okay, we are getting some messages. Yes. Yes, Akshata, we will go with BMI calculator. So the first thing is we need to set up the development environment. So I keep saying that I'm a full stack JavaScript specialist, right? So this is my website. This is how it looks. I want you all, every one of you to create a website of your own. And one thing which I wanted to say is, see, this is my website. It says, has a big picture of me. I'm a cook, I'm a cat lover, I'm a mentor, I'm a full stack developer, front-end developer, blah, blah, blah. So I made a small typo, and then this is where you can find me everywhere. So most of the live streams I have said all these things. So without further delay, yeah, hit the subscribe button and then watch the experience. And I'm going to close my website. I don't want to tell much about this because of the time crunch. So the first thing which I wanted to tell is about the development environment. So go to Praveen Dev Environment on Google, and you'll be getting something called as my personal development environment as the first link. And in this, you'll be able to find out like what are all the software that I use here. And I hope it's all clearly displayed here. Is it working? Is it clear? Okay, seems like it is clear. Okay, so basically I'm using Google Chrome for almost all these things because Google Chrome, even though there are like loads and loads of privacy issues, Google Chrome is one of the best browsers. And there are a couple of Google Chrome extensions. But the main thing which I want you to have is React DevTools. This is React DevTools, and it is available in Chrome Store. And it is offered by Facebook with 1,365 reviews or 3 million users. 3 million, another. Yeah, there's 3 million plus users. And I'm using Zoom for all the video communications, audio communication. Git is for going back in time in code. And Item 2 is one of the awesome stuff. Okay, leaving all these things, you need to have Node.js in your computer installed so that it can run the JavaScript outside the browser. And you have Visual Studio Code. This is one of the best tools, and there are like 8 different extensions that I have been using. So I guess I would do one thing. I'll create a small intro and my developer environment related stuff in a couple of days as a separate video so that it would be easy and not take much time during the application times, like live stream times. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to find out what is the BMI calculator logic or something like that. So, or formula. So let's go to BMI calculator formula. So it is going to say, okay, what is the 703 into mass LBS into height? Okay, that's interesting. Okay, let's just go for this one. Okay, kg divided by meter square. Okay, so it will be the division of the weight by the square of your height in meters. Okay, let's see if this is correct, and then we will try to find it out. So this is the formula for it. But before anything, so should we go with the, okay, how many of you are ready for this BMI calculator thing today? All cool? And one more thing which I would like to say is, today, whoever is extremely active in the chat, you'll be getting some awesome goodies from me, which is worth 40 to 45 US dollars. It could be anything. It could be related to web development. Okay. So how many of you are ready? Just type in ready or demo. So don't forget to be active in the chat, and I'll make sure that you are getting something really cool. All right. Okay. Now, the first thing is I'm going to show you something very quick and easy to start with. There is a website called react.new. And if you open this website, you will be able to go for a React sandbox. You don't need any kind of installation or any of those things which I showed you in the previous thing. So you have got your ReactJS kind of like a interface. It's a Visual Studio Code interface in your system. Okay. And here's the quick start. Okay. This is the site I was using. Okay. Now, the first thing that we should be doing here is we want to use any kind of, how should I say this? So we have a lot of classes, like class-based components and props, etc. So these are components in React. There are class-based components and functional components in React. So how do these components kind of like interact with each other? So if this is a parent component and this is a child component, the parent component can send data to the child component through something called as props. So we'll be looking at all these things in detail today, and they will be able to have some data in itself, which is called as state. This is the basic thing about components. Class components and functional components, stateful components, states, and props. These are a couple of things that we will be working on. Okay. So let me clear all the drawings and let's start with some kind of a nice layout. Okay. So what we want is, basically we should only take two things, right? We don't need these ethnicity and all. Only the thing that we need is in centimeters, we want the height and the weight, you want it in the kilograms. That's all. So we have to have two things. Let's start with the BMI function here. Okay. So first thing, what I'm going to do is the moment I press the Control S or save, it is going to give yourself your own sandbox URL. So here's the sandbox URL. Vetri Chanakya, yes, Emmet will work in Code Sandbox, but you need to do something on it. Hey Aarti Krishnan, hey Jeet, hi Tanjal, hi Lokesh, Sujit, Varun, Daksh, Kushal, Vetri, BS Arun, Bindi, Lokesh, Shantanu, Varun, Aarti, Akshata. Yeah, so thanks for coming. So hi everyone. This is the first time I'm meeting you all. So I'm very much excited. Okay, cool. So this is the basic sandbox that we have got. And now the first thing that we will be doing is, okay, someone was asking how to enable Emmet, right? So click on this JavaScript at the end right next, or just type press F1 and type in CLM. So you would be getting this particular thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to configure everything as JavaScript React, which means if I type something like, let's say H1, and then I put, what's our thing? Infinix coding club. And boom, I get my H1 done. So now the first thing that I wanted to do is I want to include Bootstrap in this. So I go to the public, I go to the index.html. So this is the file where we will be able to change a lot of different things. So let me make it a bit bigger. So you have got a lot of things. First thing is we want the Bootstrap CSS file, because don't use the JavaScript file. We'll just use just the Bootstrap CSS file. So I just copied the CSS file and then I'm pasting it here. And once I save it, it is gonna remove all the margins and other things and gets you to this level. So let's also find out a good font as well. What is the good font that we will be using? Sorry, it's supposed to be fonts.google.com. Any suggestions here? We'll just take one readable font from the audience, please. So Tanjal, we are going to build a BMI calculator application. Please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. Bootstrap could be large, but at the same time, the minified version of Bootstrap doesn't take much sizes. But considering its versatility, I guess we can go with Bootstrap completely. Lato, Ubuntu, hey, this Lokesh is always giving me that Balu buy. No, I'm not going to get that. So Lato is the second thing that people are telling. So let me try using Lato here. I haven't tried Lato yet. So let's go ahead and try Lato now. Oh, wow. There are so many nice fonts as well. So let's go to 400, 300, and the bold is only 700. Okay, there is no semi-bold here. Okay, let's go with the bold as well. So I'm just going to copy this whole link styles, and then in the public index HTML file, that is where the main file loads. We'll just use these things. And since it's going to be a small application, I'm not going to use much of the styles. So I'm just going to use the CSS file. Let's get rid of everything. And for the body, okay, for star, I'm going to give font face, font family, Lato, sans serif. And if we do this, we'll be able to see that it is going to use Lato now. Okay, I just need to save this as well. So let's wait for it. Is this Lato? Yeah, seems like it is Lato. Cool. Tamil version of JS release. Hey, who's this suggesting Comic Sans CMS? I'm gonna kill you. First of all, I'm not using a Microsoft-based mission. And second thing, Comic Sans MS is not that good friendly. But actually, to be honest, for BMI calculator, I guess Comic Sans MS is really good. But no, not for this time. Gautam, most probably this week I'll try to release something in Tamil, man. All right. A lot of people are asking again, so I'll definitely do that. Okay, coming back to our stuff here. So I'm going to get rid of this class. And before that, I'm going to create another new file, which is called header.js. And in the header.js, I'm going to use a functional component here. So let me open a new window here. This is my own installation of VS Code. Here I'm just going to put, if I need a React arrow function with a component with an export, I'm going to just use RAFCE. Boom. I got this. I'm going to put it as header. Okay. And here's the whole thing comes up here. So I'm just going to save it here. Now in this, we can pass any props. Okay, so this is what we will be doing here. And in this part, I'm going to make this as dot header. And here, if I say hello or something like this. So this is what I have written in this one. It's a normal JavaScript arrow function, which has got a couple of properties. And then I have just put like this. Now, if I go back to this and type in header, it says auto import from header. I'm just going to press enter. And then I put something like this. I put hello world and put a slash header. So the moment I say this, it shows hello here. So what exactly is happening here? So if you see this one, you have app and you have header. So this particular thing has got a children prop, which says hello world. You see this one, right? It is called children. And I told you, right? From the parent to the child, you would be sending props. So this is the way it sends. The app is the parent, and the parent sends a prop called children as hello world. Now the fun part is we send hello world, but it shows hello. In the header, everything is like static here. Instead of these things, if I put children and if I put here children, it will just say children. This is not going to work. But if you want to make any JavaScript related stuff, because this is JavaScript, this is HTML part. So if I make this as children like this, boom, you get hello world. So you are able to pass some information from the main parent to the child using this prop. Okay, let's say I put hello. This becomes hello. And then here, I want to also put a name. And this name comes from the props. Let's say we have something like this. Now we put hello and here name, and then it automatically identifies itself as a JSX attribute here. Now, the first thing which I wanted to tell is I want to take a volunteer from the chat. Who is volunteering here? React.js HTML file kadayadu. There is no HTML file in React. Okay, voice is really low. Wait, seriously, voice is really low. I'm actually shouting out of my chest. Hey, I guess check your volume, please. Okay, the first person to say me is Tanjil Sheikh. So let's do this. Let's copy Tanjil Sheikh and put here. You get it, right? Hello, Tanjil Sheikh comes. And now we can do some more nice things as well. So in case if name is not set, okay, then we can put hello there. Something like this. So it says Tanjil Sheikh. So if I'm completely removing this is called as conditional rendering. So I just put header with hello. It's going to say hello there. Or if I say there is Vetri Chanakya, I'm pretty sure that he's a Tamil guy here. So if I put name equal to Vetri Chanakya, it says hello Vetri Chanakya. I put Vanakkam. Vanakkam means hello in Tamil. So it says Vanakkam Vetri Chanakya. You get it, right? Like how we can pass on the children content as well as the main content as well. Here also what I can do is I can put a strong. And then if I do this way, it says this in the bold and then this becomes normal, right? So did you understand the basic thing about props and states here? Like this is the props part. Okay, I haven't come to the state yet. And voice is really low quality and it's getting cut a bit. Okay, seems like it's my internet. Just give me 1 second. Let me try to switch the streaming machine to another place. Most probably it would be better. Can you tell me if this is okay right now? I just moved the streaming machine to a different place. Okay, here which is child, which is parent. So you can see this is the app, real app. App inside we have this header. So this guy is the parent, this is the child. If you go into the header, you are not having any other imports or any other components inside this. So this is the child. Got it? Okay, so now what we are going to do is let's get rid of this simple header and then let's make a Bootstrap header. So I have this particular I've got this particular React Bootstrap React helpers, this particular repository where it has got a lot of helpers here. So if I go here and put this one, there is headers here. So I can just copy this header and paste it over here. So now no more the header is going to be like this. We'll just put this one. So what is there in this header? So you have got a dark mode. We don't need this one. We have children. We have some class names. So here, since React is completely writing in the JavaScript side of things, we cannot use class. Class is a, how do I say this? Class is a reserved keyword. So we will be using class name. Then we have got this to and link. This is totally a different thing. So just ignore that part. So now we have got dark. Dark, whatever you are sending as dark, I'm going to convert it into a Boolean. And if it is having a true value, then I'm going to make it as dark. If it has a falsy value, I'm going to make it as light. And this will get constructed into nav bar, the nav bar dark, bg dark, etc. So how many of you want a dark mode? Dark mode veno? Go ahead, say yes. Okay, I see that my machine is making some issues. So just putting it in another place, it is doing something good. Okay, how many of you dark mode? How many of you light mode? Go on. Okay, those people who are whoever is talking really like making sure a lot of interactions are happening. You will be getting awesome goodies. So don't forget. So here's my LinkedIn, and whoever would like to connect with me, just connect with me. At the same time, we will also, okay, today I'm going to select at least 5 people. So Karthik, whoever is doing really a nice interaction, asking a good question, being active, just let me know. 5 people, or how many people should I give the $45 gift coupon, gift, something like that. Hit the like button, please. That good for life. Okay, right. So what I'm going to do here is inside the instead of this header name, etc., etc. So let's do. We can just put Infinix DMI calculator. So far we have just seen about what is this JSX, then what is this particular React, running the React using this particular thing. What do you call this one? Code sandbox using React.new, and states and props so far. States we will come soon. So let's do a dark mode here. Dark equal to true. That's it. See, this is the power of React. So in case if you want a non-dark mode, you just need to do one simple change and you have got a non-dark mode. Maybe you can put light or something like that. So it's so easy to create multiple copies of same thing very quickly. Great. Nice. Any questions so far? Let's go ahead and see what we can do the next thing. So first thing which I wanted to do is we want to have a kind of like, let's create states here. So the same way when I have this new window here, what I'm going to do is again, I want a class component here. So JSR RCC, React class component. My system is very slow. I don't know why. So I'm just going to put app. Let's make this as, okay, great. So now, instead of all these things, what I'm doing here is, I just made this as a React class component. We have got our React imported. We have got our styles imported. This whole thing needs to go inside our apps stuff. So instead of this one, it's going to be this one. Let's try saving it. Boom, we have got this. So we can also put some more Bootstrap based classes using the class name. And then we can give something like justify content center. Yep, that became centrally aligned. Okay. Come to the dot side. Do we have to create a new JS file for every child? Can we do directly in the main app.js file? See, the main reason why we are using ReactJS is to separate everything. So that will go away in case if you are using the same file for everything, right? So that's the reason we are not using the same file. We are creating multiple files. But to be honest, what we can do is we can also do something like copy all these things. And instead of having this one, see, it's going to fail now. It failed very well. And then if we do this here and remove this particular thing, even this will work. See? But the main reason is we are going to use everything inside multiple files because that is what React is for. Got it? So here you go. That's a great question, by the way. For the session code, I just posted the code as well. The code sandbox link. Anyway, source code. I'll just put this over here. Here you go. Here's the source code. I've added it in the thing. All right. So let's go ahead. Let's continue doing things. Now, when it comes to the class component, you have more things to do. There is also a state here. As I said, this is stateful. and this state is a special one. So let's say I have a pre-tag and it has got M5, M2, P1. These are class names: BG light, bordered, rounded. Okay. So if we put high here, we are able to see these things, right? Now the fun part is how I am going to do a debugging things. There is something called as JSON.stringify, and I would put this dot state null to something like this. If I do this one, you could see that this is the contents of state. Now why state? So if we use state here, let's say I put name, hello, or something like this. And if I have a button, let's say button.m2 btn primary, and then we give hello or change state, something like this I give. We can attach the event handlers here this way. So if I do an event handler on click, handle stuff, something like this I put here, const handle stuff. I'm giving an event, passing an event, e.prevent default will prevent the button to refresh the page. And if I say window.alert, hey, you clicked the button, something like this. Okay, if I do this, I click on this, it says, hey, you clicked the button, right? This is an event handler. This is basically an event handler. Okay, can others confirm if there is any noise in my side, or is the voice clear, video clear, everything is clear? Please. Hi Shesh. Hi Krish Patel. Hi, bye. Okay, nice to see a lot of new people coming in. Okay, coming back. So if there is a change of state, what you can do is, generally what people do here is, since it's this.state.name, right? So if you do window.alert, this.state.name, and please ask any questions if you have. So if I click on this, it's going to show me hello. So if you want to change this one, I can change something like this.state.name equal to order, something like this. So if I click on this state, change state, it is not going to affect anything. Okay, the same way I'm going to also give something like so this, the state has got hello. Okay. And if I click on this one, it doesn't do anything, because you should not directly mutate the states. So do not mutate states directly, use the set state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this dot set state and then send an object called name. Whose name should I add here? Voice is clear. Hi Kushal, thanks. Kushal, Sujit, Gautam S. What is that code tag? A code tag is just mainly for showing it in a different way. That's it. Okay, Daksh P Jain. So super. Let's put that. So I'm just putting Daksh P Jain here. And then if I click on this change state, the moment I do this, it is going to show me Daksh P Jain here, Daksh P Jain here. So if I refresh this page and open up the React Dev Tools, we can have app. So app has got something called a state here. So we put the state as, okay, who's the other person who wants to appear here? We have Varun Kadyate. Okay. So I play here and just put Varun Kadyate here and press enter. You could see that Varun Kadyate is here. Here, it's like a backbone of everything. Okay. So if I press the change state, we could see Daksh P Jain everywhere. Okay. So this is how states and props are working out. So states is something like Suya Buddhi, that is something that you have already, and props are like something called as Sol Buddhi. Sol Buddhi means like you get it from the external person. The same way you can also put this dot state dot name, and then you could say BMI hello, and then clicking on this BMI Dutch PG, something like that it comes. Okay, now I believe everyone have learned what is props, what is state, class components, functional components, event handlers, class names, etc. Now let's make the particular form. Okay, so before that we need this function. So let's get rid of all these things. So let's get rid of this button. Let's get rid of this paragraph. We just have Infinix BMI calculator, and we have the content of this state. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to create a form. So let's do dot container dot row dot call 12. So inside this, put hi, something like this comes up. Okay, great. Let's put these things as well here. We actually don't want the M2 here because we're already having it correctly. Cool. I'll just put MT3 so that it gives some space. Right. So now the first thing which I want is, I don't need a name for us, but we need a couple of things in the calculation of BMI. Height, weight, that's it. Okay. So weight in kgs and height in centimeters. So let's remove everything. Let's make height 0, weight 0. Okay, so the moment I save this in the state, you can see that these two things are getting updated as well, right? So far, any questions you have? Can we increment the value of current state with time and show on screen? Sahil, definitely yes, it is possible. I can show you a quick thing right away. So let's have something called as timer, which is, let's put 10 seconds. 10 seconds. And then here, for using any kind of timers or anything, the best way to do is using the component did mount. In JavaScript, we would have learned something like document ready function, etc. Right? Like that we should be doing. Okay. So if I put const tmr equal to set interval, and we'll be using a arrow function as usual for 1000 seconds. Okay, so every 1000th second it is going to do something. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this dot set state, and I'm going to put timer is going to be this dot state dot timer -1. So at this point you can see that every second the timer is getting decreased. Now, once it's completely decreased, if tmr equal to sorry, if this dot state dot timer equal to 0 or maybe 1, once you set the interval, you need to clear interval. So let's clear interval tmr, and we should also do let's not put it here, let's put it here. This will put it in the else keyword. A times up, something like this. What did I mess up? This dot set state. Cool. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bam. So now what happens here is we can also do this in a different way. Now we can put like h4.text center, not h4, maybe h2, and then we can give this dot state dot time. So we have something like this: 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom, something like this. Okay, so that's a simple way of creating or implementing a timer. You have to do it in the component did mount life cycle method. Okay, so that was a quick thing. Thanks for asking that. So let's get rid of this timer as well. Now what we will be doing, okay, we saw one of the how should I say this, one particular life cycle method as well. So let me quickly have a look at our props. Basically parameters, yes, they are parameters. Yes, in JS classes object are there one or only J. No, both of them are the same. ReactJS is nothing but JavaScript with some XML based stuff. That's it. Okay, so we have got the height and weight right now. So height is supposed to be in centimeters. Weight is supposed to be in kilograms. Okay, we should not use yes in this, so I'm not using it. Now let's save these things. So the first thing that I'm going to do here is let's do a small. We can do a lot of things. Okay, so we have this card component. Let's start with the card component, card.js. So inside the card.js, what am I going to do? I'm going to go to this guy. So we have got this card element. I'll just copy this and paste it here. So all these source code is available for you with, oops, I did not copy fully. And they are all open source as well. So feel free to do whatever you want. So now here I'm putting a card. I don't think it is working now. Wait, let's save this. Let's put card. Is it working? Nope. I don't think so. So these kind of issues might happen. So what you have to do is you have to just copy paste this one already existing thing and make it as card. Now we will do this card component here. Card / card. And if I put hello, I'll be able to see that it is in the card component way. Okay. So we have got a card component here. Now we can also have one more thing called result false. So result is a state where we can say whether this is the result mode or not. And for this guy, I'm going to give MB3 so that I get some space after the heading. Is everything clear so far? Is it boring? Is it interesting? Am I going in the right pace? Can someone say something? Karthik, is everything okay? Thanks. Cool. So now the next thing that we are going to do is let's create a form. So before that, we want some kind of a title. We can say enter your basic info. Not this kind of a title. Maybe we should use a header. Yeah, this looks nice. Enter your basic info. And then here we can have a form. So even for forms, I've got something. So there is something called as form group. So this is the input element simply, basically. So just copy this form group as well. And let's open another file. It's called form group.js. Let's add this. It's form group and let's close it. First thing that I wanted to write here is a form. Okay. I don't want any actions here. So let's get rid of the actions. And then the first thing is I want a form group. Okay, as usual, it is not working. So I'll just make a copy and do form group. Now I believe I should see a text file here. Yes, it's a text. So for one single form, what I wanted to do is, again, now coming to the next feature of React.js, which is the repetition thing. So you don't want to repeat a lot of things. What are things that you want? You want height and weight. That's it, right? So let's open up a JavaScript syntax here. I'm going to put height, weight. Okay. And if I do dot map function and give something like fg plus something like this, if I give, I could see that it is converting it into height weight height to give, weight to give, something like this. You get it, right? So map function is going to take in an array and convert it into another array. So the same way, if I remove all these things and put this into this, I will be getting two things. Okay, nice. So we have got height and weight. But how to differentiate everything here? If you see the form group, we have these things: ID, label, type, etc. So type is going to be number, so that we get this spinner. Then we want ID is going to be FG. Then we have got key, that's also FG. See, whenever you're trying to do a multiple things like this, make sure you give a key. Then we need a label called again FG. So you get height and weight here, and both of them are numerical values. We can give min as 50. Wait, you can give min as 20, because definitely there could not be any thing that is less than 20, right? Wait, this is not actually working. Oh yeah, it will not work because we are not giving all the other form things to this. Okay, so ... props will be going to the input. So again, new things I'm going to teach you. This is called as REST parameters, and this is called as a spread syntax, and this is an object D structure. A lot of things we are learning today. So if I do min as 20, now I cannot go beyond 20. Then if I do max as say 150, okay, I'm 179. So let's say maximum height could be 300, or sometimes people are also 300 kilos as well. So see, it starts with 20, it doesn't go less than 20, it goes above. And if I put 294 or something like that, after 300, it will not go. Okay. So label is going to be, you need the weight in kgs, right? We can do a conditional thing. If fg is equal to weight, then weight in kgs, or it's going to be height in centimeter. All right. So this is basically we have got till this. Now there is another concept called as connected components. What are connected components? Any kind of these inputs, when they are connected with the state, then they become connected components. So right now, whatever I am changing here, it is not changing the state. So we have something called as on change. On change, handle change, something like that I'll give. So this handle change, I can put it here. Const handle change, the same event. Now there is a fun thing here. So in the console, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do logging two things. So $e.target.name, and the same way I'm just going to copy this one and put e.target.value. Okay, the moment I do this, if I put anything, it is going to put whatever I'm putting here. So this I need to update it in the state. But before that, I'm also going to put a value here and put this dot state of FG, because FG is going to have the height and weight. So height and weight of the state. Now, the fun part is I won't be able to do anything here. I can't increase or I can't decrease or anything. But here I will be able to see that there is 20 coming here. So I need to just set this part in the state. This dot set state. So here I want to know what is this e dot target dot name will be equal to e dot target dot value. If I do this, I can get rid of this guy. And if I save this, so since this is going to be minimum 20, so we can make it as minimum 20, 21, right? Yep. So now if I put anything here, now see the magic. So you have here, height is also increasing here. And if I decrease it, decrease or increase, I can see that height gets increased or decreased here as well. The same way if I put weight, increase or decrease, it's gonna update this one as well. At this point of time, we have got result as false. So we can have another button, BTN primary, something like this, and say, check my BMI. Something like this we can put. So this check by BMI should actually go into this one. So I'm going to put as type equal to submit. Okay, so for this form, on submit, we need to do something. Handle submit. So what does this handle submit do? For now, we will just say the same thing, e.prevent default. And we can just say window.alert. Are you sure you wanna get a shock? So something like this. Okay. So if I type something like 22 and 200 and press enter, it says, are you sure you want to get a shock? So now we have connected the form with the thing. Okay. What is REST parameters? So let's say I just added something totally new, min and max. These are not saved here, right? Min and max are not here. So that will be coming in the props. And those min and max will be saved here, something like that. That is, it will be an array of values or object of values, object of key value pairs. And we are just pausing it here. That's it. They are not named. We are not explicitly naming them and getting them. So whichever you put inside, we are going to take it up. That's it. So something like that. All right. So now we have got so far these things, right? What next do we have? So check my BMI. What it needs to do is it needs to put that formula. So let's go back. The number of kgs divided by the meter into square, the meter square. So let's create a helper function. So we are also learning what is a helper function. Helpers.js. So inside the helpers, now we are going to do a named export. Const calc BMI. It's going to take height, weight, or weight height, weight height. And then that will have so it has to return, okay, we'll just use the single line, return weight divided by height star height. Okay, so this is the thing. So I'm going to put export const calc BMI and close this one. Now, if I go back here, we'll just put window.alert. Your BMI is $calc BMI. It's not coming here. So again, we will import it again. Import calc BMI. This should be a named import from helpers. So calc BMI of this dot state dot weight, comma, this dot state dot height. Sorry, okay. I'm just gonna put my BMI and see what crazy shock I am just getting. So my height is, let's say, 170 centimeters. The weight is going to be 70. And let's check the BMI. Are you sure you want to get a shock? My BMI is 70. It is not working perfectly. I don't think it works perfectly. So I'll go check out what is there inside the calc BMI. See, this is the problem. Weight divided by height star height should be here. These are common mistakes that people do. Okay, let's try it out again. So it's 170. My weight is 70. Yes. My BMI is 0.002. Again, not correct. Hey, what is my BMI? Da? So here is where we are going to calibrate it. So 170 centimeters, 70 kg. Who put these things? Ethnicity is Asian, male, age. Idallam you need a right. Calculate. It says 2422. Okay. So if it is 2422, I get 2422 here. So which means I need to calibrate in such a way that, where is the helper? Not header. Helper. Star 100. No, not 71. Once. Whoa. No, into 10,000. Another 2 zeros. $24.22. But at the same time, I want it to be like a little bit less. Like I don't want it to be, it should be rounded off to 2 decimal numbers. So what we can do is math.round and then put it into 2 decimal numbers here, comma 2. Right. 170, 70, 24. No. Math dot to fix it. Okay. So what we can do is we can just put we'll just put dot to fixed. Dot to fixed 2. Okay. So to fixed is one nice thing. Let me show you what it does. 70, 24.22. So 24.22 is the BMI. So now we want to put it in such a nice format. Okay. For that, what we will do is let's have this check BMI button do something really cool. So this is going to be the result page. So we will have another card. Okay. So let's add another card. And we will also have a header. Or title, which says this thing. So it says this is the title here. But what needs to be done here is, so just wait, this is bad. So if I type in 170 and 70, you can clearly see that this thing is getting changed every single time. Okay. And let's have another button as well. This says check my BMI, right? Let's have the same button. No, we can't have the same button. So let's copy this one. We have this card, and we'll just put in the content, check another, something like this. Okay. So what happens here is we need to do something for this button handler as well. So we'll just use the same on click handler. Handle submit itself we will use. Okay. So what happens here is, so if so this is going to be like, you just need to change the result page. So this dot set state result is going to be not this dot state dot result. So again, another conditional rendering we are doing. Okay, if I do check, if we have a look at this particular place, if I click on this, it becomes result 2. Sorry, I forgot. I need to do something, right? E dot prevent default. I forgot that. Or else it will refresh the whole page. Okay, so if I click on this or click on this, it's going to change this result to true or false. That's all. So now we need to do a conditional rendering between these two. Display only this or this. If this dot state dot result, then display the result kind of a thing. Okay. This dot state dot result, then display the result guy. This is the result guy. Or this. Or this guy. He is the non-result guy. So at this point, you have got the current state. Whatever is there in the state is displayed here. In the meantime, I'll just quickly go and check if there is any questions. Is everything okay? Any questions? Who is here? Who is right now watching? Just make some noise so that there is a free giveaway right away. Ramesh, nice. Height should be in meter. That is the reason I'm able to get like a wrong number. Okay, height should be in meter. Okay, that's fine. Got it. Let's have it in centimeters because a lot of people will be happy with centimeters, right? So that's the only reason. Okay, good. Now, if I press 170, 70, check my BMI, it says your basic, okay, here's your BMI. We need to put that one as well. So here's your BMI calculator. Nope. Wrong place I'm editing. Okay, so if I put 170, 70, enter, here's your BMI calculated. This is your BMI, and you are messed up very badly. So if I put text center here, everything will get in centered. And so that means I will just put the text center. Actually, I'll put the text center here, and only for this form group, I don't want text center, text left we will put. Okay, good. So enter your basic info. We are going to give 170, 70, enter. Boom. Your BMI is 24.22. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this pre-tag, which is just for the, what do you call this? Just the normal, simple debugging information. And here you go. Demo. Demo is here. So basically, we have successfully completed the whole BMI application here. So if you open this one, you'll be able to see this particular UI. So if I just use something like this in mobile application or something like that. Now there you go. So this is a BMI calculator. So height is 170, weight is 75. Boom. Your BM is 2595. So if I try to click on check another, it will go back to this one. So if I put 70, 24.22 should be coming. All right. So it's a simple application which we did using ReactJS. And this is a basic implementation of something which came up to both of us. And I guess this is a nice idea to start with. So any questions with the way the coding is done, or anything, like we can start discussing on the code, or if you have any questions, we can start talking here. Cool. So that's about it. How to make it as an Android app. So there is something called as React Native. And I guess React Native is one best way to go ahead and make this into an Android application. So that way you can make it as an Android app. It would be pretty much same code, same style of writing or same style of coding. And it will be deployed in Android or iOS or any other things. So React Native supports a lot of different things. So Android or iOS we can use. And moreover, with respect to the design and other things, I guess it is better to use something like, what do you call this? It is better to use something like Material UI or it starts with Ionic thing. So those are the mobile related UIs. So UI frameworks, CSS frameworks, which you can use for the mobile applications. While if you are designing it for the web, you can use Bootstrap or Foundation or something. I don't know whether Foundation is still there, Bootstrap or Tailwind or something like that. I love Bootstrap so much so that I'm like completely happy with working with Bootstrap. So any other questions? How was it? Any kind of like you want to give some kind of a feedback or something like that? Share with the full screen and just make a share in the your favorite social network. Tell what you understand or something like that. Moreover, I guess we are going to give some certificates as well to showcase. So when you are posting the certificates, try to make sure you are putting some information about what was your takeaway from the event, and that would help a lot of people. What do you say, Karthik? Any questions, any comments?
Yeah, actually, I had one. So, like right now, we made a BMI calculator. So, now if anyone tries to go and make it after learning, React.js, so this would be like a beginner level project. But if someone wants to, let's say, specialize in React.js and wants to, applies for a job, let's say, then what do the companies expect from that developer? When he's applying for React.js.
To become a best React.js developer, someone like me who is doing the complete career in React.js. So I'm not even working on Node.js nowadays. It's just pure React.js, and I'm getting more than what I would like to get. So that is my current scenario. And I work with one of the top US-based investment banking firms. Indians are extremely crazy about that thing. Even I am an Indian, right? So obviously I got the dream company, we can say. And coming to the the professional side of React.js, people look at how good are you in the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, basically. Then JavaScript, once you learn, the latest version of JavaScript is ES6. Once you learn ES6, then start with React. You will be starting with the class components and functional components, states, props, passing data to different components. That's we did. Event listeners, event handlers, we did. And connected components, one of the most crucial thing. Components and connecting the components with each things, state management. So this is the basic stuff. Then later on, you can go ahead and start in a bigger way by putting something like, how should I say? You have got a lot of things like, single page routing and Redux state management, Axio service calls. They're like pretty much things like that. So this is it. This is it. Completely, this is it. This is the React.js ecosystem. And you got CSS styling, CSS components, styled components, etc. So those things are CSS in JS kind of a feature. And pretty much React.js is this is the complete set of things that you should be knowing React.js. And then once you are confident in all these things, just go ahead, apply for a job. You can get at least, okay, can someone guess what is it will you be offered when you are a fresher in React.js in London? Any guesses? Okay, any guesses, Karthik?
I don't know.
Tell in Indian rupees itself.
300,000 per annum.
300,000 per annum. 300,000, 3 lakhs per annum. You are saying in Indian rupees, is it?
No, in their value. In
their value. Even I'm not. I have not gone to that level yet.
Okay. But it is
300,000. Hey, you are saying 3 lakh. Let's say pounds in London is 3 crores, man. For a fresher, are they giving you 3 crores per annum? Talking sense, man.
No, that would be much. So then
that's the reason I said tell in Indian rupees so that we can kind of like convert it. Okay, there is this guy who has given the correct answer, 38K, which is in pounds. 37.5K is the number which I was having in my mind. It is 37.5 lakhs per annum for any kind of beginners in React.js you will be getting in London. And 30,000 pounds, which is 30 lakhs for out of London. In any of the UK areas, you will be getting 30 lakhs per annum. So go ahead, learn React.js in the right way and get into these jobs. So whatever I'm saying, you can just go ahead and make a quick search. Indeed.co.uk, read.co.uk, timesjobs.co.uk. What else do we have? Jobs.agc.uk. Everywhere you will be getting the almost same salary. Check out with Glassdoor salaries as well. And this is the decent salary, like starting salary for any companies. What kind of projects can we make that will look good on our resume? Great question. So something that uses all these features and then something that is also helpful for the people right now. So that is something which I would like to say. Something that solves a problem and uses all the features of React.js. That might be a nice one. For Angular, it is going to be more or less the same thing. So yeah. Yes, Surya, please go ahead and rewatch. Thank you so much. And for those people who are watching this, please go ahead, take a screenshot and then share it on your LinkedIn and other social networks. Tag me, tag Karthik, and you'll be getting a special gift as well. So for those people who have been active, who are the top 5 people who are active? Any names?
Okay, so one I observed was Vetri Chanakya.
Vetri Chanakya, okay.
One was Kushal Chinchanikar.
Okay.
Then Daksh P. Jain.
Okay.
And I observed B.S. Arun.
B.S. Arun. Anyone else? Okay, let's take one of the girl as well. Like we want to give like 50-50 for girls as well, because mine is like, inclusive of everyone. So I saw someone starting with A. Okay, any girls here? Say hi. So we had Akshata Kodak. Are you here still? Or you will be risking missing the whole nice things? ELA is the only one required. What does that mean? BS around, there are multiple things that we can use in the backend. So I personally use LampStack and MERNStack, which is Node.js and PHP. You can use Python and Django and other things as well. What other stack or language which we must learn apart from React? Bro, there are like so many crazy stacks that are available. MERNStack, LampStack, .NET, Java, Python. Python, you have got something like Django. With Angular, you have its own stack as well. So there are loads. Whichever you like it, go for that. Okay, cool then. So I guess it's time. So is there anything else that you want to say from your side, Karthik?
Yeah, so I don't see any more questions. Do you see that last question? Ella, is that the only one required?
I did not understand that.
Okay, Crazy Campus, if you could reframe that question, then I guess we can answer that.
And then we can escape. Kushal, you have put like 30K in rupees and 50K in rupees. Technically, it is 5 lakhs in rupees or 3 lakhs in rupees you will be getting as a fresher. So don't miss it. And for those people who want to come to UK for studies or work, please do message me on LinkedIn, and I'm happy to guide you all as well in that case. So here you go. This is my LinkedIn address. Okay, I answered the questions. Thanks. Thank you so much then. So as usual, stay home, stay safe. Make sure you are away from Corona. And any last words from you?
Yeah, so I won't take a lot of time. So to conclude this session, so I'll just say a small vote of thanks. So it was an absolute pleasure to have you here with us today. And I would like to thank on behalf of Infinix Coding Club and NMMS Navi Mumbai and everyone live in the stream right now. So yeah, so thank you all for joining the live stream. Have a good day and be safe.
See you all then. Bye.